know what I like and what I don't like. I like girls who don't wear way too much makeup. And you can always tell, because when y'all take it off, we're just like, hey, you're an artist. And a liar.
Usually when we do these interviews talking about specials, it's like before it comes out, and there's a little bit of anticipation. Planet Bosa has been out for a good week and a half, 2 weeks or so. What's it been like seeing the reaction to it, and how did it match up with sort of what you were hoping?
Yeah, a lot of my fans have been watching it. There's been a few people that reach out to me saying that they found me through it, which feels really good, you know? It's what you want from a special. I feel like Spider-Man on Spider-Man 3 when everybody's cheering his name and he's like, they love me. It feels good. I just really like that people were waiting for the next thing. I hadn't been uploading any like clips of my stand-up for a lot of time. And I kept getting comments and messages of people saying like, when you're gonna upload more? Or if I would post something, like I posted one on YouTube back in February, and people were like, hey, finally. So I was really excited to put out the special, and I think it's what, you know, the people who follow me were waiting for, and I hope they liked it. I hope people keep liking it.
I remember when I talked to you a couple years ago, it was right before your first special, Cowabunga, came out.
Yeah.
And I noticed with this one, like the energy just feels different in a good way of like, I mean, you're doing stuff and you're more animated. I feel like you're doing voices, you're doing stuff that like, I think people maybe weren't used to seeing from you, like especially after that first one. But what was that like? Sort of, how did you want to, you know, change up your style or advance it?
I think I just got more comfortable. Like when I did that first special with Netflix, I was really nervous, like super nervous. I'd never shot a special before. Everything that's been going on in my life, I feel like came at me really fast. I feel like I'm still especially compared to other comics, I'm still very much like a rookie comic, especially a rookie as in like a full-time comedian working in the industry. So like that first special, I was really nervous, I was really tense. I still had a lot of fun with it, don't get me wrong, but I was like really sticking to the script. By the time we taped this special, I'd been on the road so much and been a little, you know, my feet were a little more wet, so I was just more comfortable. So I think that one is me being myself more, this Planet Bosa. It's just like me being myself more.
Growing up in Dallas and like outside of Dallas with Mesquite, right? I mean, a lot of what comedians pull from tend to be is their life outside of comedy, you know, whether it's friends, family, and whatnot. How did growing up in Dallas, the Dallas area, really kind of influence your style and your speed in comedy?
A lot of the stuff I talk about in my stand-up are definitely like people that I grew up around, or the types of people that I grew up with. But one thing I'm realizing on the road is that a lot of cities, even though they can be really different, a lot of the people are also the same. Like I see other versions of like the people I grew up with or grew up around as I get to know people in other cities.
Yeah.
Which is, I guess, why people like end up relating, you know?
What's cool about what's going on now in comedy with, I feel, is a very strong like resurgence of like Latin comedians and people who are sharing their perspective from like a different lifestyle of being, you know, not just comedy, career-oriented comedy people, but like people you could just hang around, like best friends and stuff. And you have that with Renee Vaca. You have that obviously with Ken Flores, rest in peace. Like, what's that like to be able to have that group around you of comedians that are
I mean, it's fun. I've always been a little introverted though, especially like with other comics. Like I get kind of nervous around other comics. Renee helped me get out of that. Renee and Ken were always super close. And they were always inviting me to stuff, and I would always be too nervous to go. I used to be really intimidated by them. But once I met them and hung out with them a couple times, I realized that we're like a lot alike. Like we were the exact same age, the three of us.
Yeah.
The three of us were all born in '96. I feel like we shared a lot of the same fears and anxieties, a lot of the same stresses and family situations. But man, yeah, it was cool, man. I considered myself very lucky to be able to hang out with them the times that I got to hang out with them. And I'm very lucky to still get to hang out with Renee and stuff.
Right.
Like that dude's a fool, man. I love hanging out with them is like when you finally hang out with your cousins after like months, you know what I mean? Like it was fun. It was hella fun.
Yeah, you guys embarked on that tour. I mean, obviously it was a rough one because the loss of Ken, and I remember talking to you just shortly after that. You know, but given what you guys had to go through emotionally and sort of mentally to press on. Was it like looking back now and seeing like, oh, we completed that, or we've been on it, you know, doing shows and doing things, you know, that Ken would have wanted?
Yeah, I felt like that was our way of, you know, letting Ken get his proper rest, because like we found out Ken passed away on the day we were supposed to sign the paperwork to like finalize all the tour details, which was, you know, it's heartbreaking. He passes away right before we're supposed to start this tour together, the three of us. And now like as we're dealing with that within those same few days, we have to make a decision. They're like pressuring us to make a decision. Do we still want to do the tour or not? And so you don't even want to talk about that stuff, you know, but I think me and Renee both knew that Ken would have wanted us to do it. Ken would have probably been really ashamed of us if we got all sad and just didn't do it, you know what I mean? Also, I think it helped out his family a lot, because like we still gave his cut to his family. I think it was like we needed to do that for Ken. And it was still a fun tour. It was like bittersweet, because every time we'd have a really fun night and we're all laughing, we'd all have a moment where we knew it would be that much better if Ken was also here. But I know he was there in spirit, you know what I mean? I think Ken is anywhere Renee is. I think those two are inseparable. So anytime with Renee, I still feel like Ken's there too. Watch his Hulu special, which is
Definitely watch,
Ken Flores. Go to Hulu and just look at Ken Flores. You won't regret it.
The perspective you're bringing and Renee is bringing, as far as like I said, like Latin comedians, but like next generation, you guys are in a certain era that I think a lot of people relate to. Why is that important to get your jokes out there, your perspective out there at a time in like this country when there's just so much, we're talking about, you know, people are calling it like the summer of ice and all this stuff. Like,
I mean, I don't necessarily think it's important to get my voice out there, but I don't know. I do like making jokes about it, because that's like the only way I know how to bring attention to it. I'm not a big political dude or anything like that. Yeah, I've made jokes about like immigration stuff, ICE stuff, but that, I guess that is my way of getting attention on that. I would like people to get attention on that. I feel like there's certain topics, certain subjects that like you can't avoid after a certain point. You know what I mean? Like we should talk about it, or we should at least put it in the faces of the people who aren't going to talk about it. Like if you're not going to talk about it, that's fine too, but you at least got to hear about it.
Well, and one thing you mentioned that you were doing for a period of time was to help people out, whoever needed it, in terms of, or however much you were able to help, in terms of donating money to people who needed help with like paying their bills and stuff. Can you talk about that? What inspired you to do that?
What I ended up doing is just sending hot dogs from Five Guys to all the families in need. I sent out over 180 hot dogs. I'm kidding. No, I sent out money. I hope it helped people out. I hope I wasn't just getting scammed the whole time. I'm sure I got scammed by a good number of people, but I let people know that if they were affected by the ICE raids in any way and were behind on rent or groceries, or if maybe the main provider in someone's house was taken away, or just going through something like that, just to let me know, and I'll send what I can. And I didn't think I'd get as many messages I got. Like I got like a lot, like a lot, and I got to as many as I could, and I sent out a lot of money before it started getting a little like dangerously low on my end, you know?
Yeah.
I just, like, what's the point of having money and having fans if like other people can't enjoy it too? So I'm sorry for those of you that I wasn't able to get to, and I hope the ones that I did get to were helped, like even if it was just a bit, you know? I don't know. I don't like that people are getting like separated from their families when they're hardworking people. They're people who go to a whole new country to learn the language and a whole new environment, you know, in search of a better life, and then it's considered like illegal or whatever. I don't like I said, I don't know about laws and government. I'm sure someone's watching this thinking I'm just an ignorant idiot, but I don't know, man. It just seems fucked up to me. Yeah, I think I fall under that category. What they have a saying for it, like ni de aquí ni de allá. So like not from here or from there. It's like in the middle ground. But I mean, I think when you're part of that group, you also see more than, you know, most people from Mexico or people from this, like that are more Americanized or whatever. So I feel like it's given me perspective.
Well, I mean, you've definitely been around some comedians who have experienced sort of what you're talking about in terms of trying to grapple with, or in a sense, like explain, like, hey, not everything I say is fact or anything like that. You should, in fact, it's the opposite. You know, you've gotten a lot of lessons from people like Chappelle and, you know, Bill Burr or people like that. Like, but is there any like key piece of advice you've gotten from a comedian that you've looked up to that has helped you?
Like everybody's comedy is so different. It's very much their own style. So like not everybody's advice works. It could sometimes work for you. I just, you know, my favorite advice has probably been from Chappelle, where he just says like, you just got to keep getting on stage. Just keep getting on stage. Keep working out material. Which I think, I mean, yeah, it's repetition, you know. Just
Yeah,
keep
you gotta
stay
get
in
the
there.
reps.
Yeah.
Yeah. Has there been a time on stage, like more recently, where you're like, you know, either nervous or thinking like, oh, I gotta like figure out a way to make the situation, smooth it out or smooth out the joke, or are you always going through that?
Always, yeah. I'm always nervous and I'm always messing up jokes. I don't think the audience can always tell, but in my mind, I'm messing them up, you know what I mean?
No, I mean, you're very even keel on the surface. So that's like, the fact that you say that is also kind of surprising in a way.
Nah, I'm up there freaking out, man. But like in a good way, you know?
Yeah.
It's fun. I'm always nervous though, like always. But it's part of what makes it fun.
And when you're not on the road, I know you're working a lot with cars, like people know you almost as synonymous with cars as like with comedy almost now. It's like getting there. Can you talk about your YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Formula Bean, and why you started it, and
yeah, over a year ago, I started hanging out with an automotive content creator. His name's Luis Cisneros. His Instagram name is it's a horrible name. It's username_AF. But the dude's like crazy smart. He's showing me how to work on my own cars, and he would make car content about it. And I asked him if I could make content with him too. I mean, I feel like everybody's a content creator nowadays. I feel like content is key, whether it's whatever type it is. But yeah, I have a lot of fun working on cars and recording us doing stupid things with cars. So we made a YouTube channel called it Formula Bean. And we named it that because, you know, Formula One is like the pinnacle of automotive racing, like top of the line cars, top of the line drivers, top of the line engineers. But ours is more Formula Bean because it's just a couple of Mexicans in a garage on some Facebook Marketplace projects. Like, so it's a little more, the stuff we do, I think is stuff that most people can watch and be like, oh, I can learn how to do that easy. Like, so I'm hoping that's what is getting across.
Right, well, it's like you're picking cars that are not like these exotic, like crazy cars to get. Usually.
Yeah, nah, it's just fun. We're just having fun, like with cheap stuff. Some stuff is expensive, and some stuff we do mess up, like on expensive stuff. Like one of our more pricey builds, we're building a 4th Gen 6.0 that I plan to put in a 96 Impala, turn that Impala into a drag car. Those are really heavy cars. They're like boats, you know. I think it'd be fun to see how much power it could handle. But yeah, for the most part, I mean, it's just fun stuff, man.
Do you feel like cars and comedy have some sort of correlation, like in terms of just working on them, or do you keep it like totally separate?
Nah, I keep it totally separate. I need something different than comedy so that I could continue to enjoy comedy.
Yeah.
Because like anything, I get tired of stuff fast, man. Like anything it is. Like if I'm really into one thing, like I can hyper, what do you call it? Like hyper focus on it, hyper obsessed with it. Like I'll zone in on this one subject for a while, but I can't keep it long term. I need like to bounce between, like I need to do cars and zone in on cars for like a good month and a half. And then I need to go back into just straight up comedy mindset.
Yeah.
Like since we've been on this press tour and I've been, like I got shows coming up, like I got a spot tonight, a couple more spots tomorrow. Like since we've been doing all that, I haven't really thought about the cars too much. I've just been more focused on like comedy or whatever.
You mentioned earlier you only get like an hour and a half of sleep a night. Like what's that like? When do you rest?
So whenever I just crash out, I usually in the car or like randomly, and people be getting mad. They act like I mean, because they don't know, I guess. But like I'll be falling asleep at random events, but I can't. I've never been the type of person like I can't just put on my pajamas and lay down in the bed. I feel like unproductive. I feel like I need to go until like I'm done thinking, or until my brain just like
drop.
goes kaput. Yeah, like so. Even though we're working on stuff, I feel like my mind is always thinking about other stuff when it can. So like I feel like my mind's always working.
Your second special, major platform, like you are selling out all over the country, you're doing your thing. Is there more that you feel like you still want to do? I mean, obviously you have a lot of career in front of you, but is there something that you're thinking about now? You're like, okay, like this is my next hill to climb, or this is my next car to fix, or whatnot?
Man, I need a new hour. That's all I know right now is I need a new hour of jokes.
Yeah.
I got like 10 minutes to my name. I'm broke. Comedy-wise, I'm broke.
You start back at square one.
This is the funnest place to be.